Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Polkzoo channel or eBay, wherever you happen to be seeing this. Yeah, this is the nicest, really probably one of the nicest teles I've ever owned, and I've owned USA ones, Mexican ones, custom shop ones. I'll tell you, folks, the classic Vibe Telecasters are a huge value. The solid pine body is very, very resonant. This one is super rare because it actually has flame maple fretboard, kind of like more like a high-end custom shop tele. I mean, I've never seen one like this. It's very, very rare. You can look at the pictures. It's really cool too, because when you play this guitar, you can actually see the flame maple on the fretboard. It's kind of exhilarating. It just kind of looks really cool and kind of helps you get into it, you know. But I want you to hear this guitar. It sounds amazing. The pickups are really strong. And just so you know, I'm actually using, I have it really low too. I'm actually using a solid state amp here. I'm not using anything exotic. I paid $150 for this old PV. And I've talked to wood brokers who sell to huge companies, and they agree with me that, you know, the more highly figured wood is more resonant, you know. This guitar sounds amazing. And listen to the back pickup. And these are old strings that could probably stand a string change. But yeah, this is really a nice guitar. It has a nice sound even for overdrive. It sounds... That back pickup just has really a lot of power, and then you can put on less. I have a little cut in my finger, so I kind of have to be careful. But I just want you guys, I mean, if you could use a great tele, and you can understand that a great guitar doesn't have to be a custom shop for $3,400. I mean, these classic vibes, the reviews have been tremendous because they're great guitars, and the solid pine body, like I've said before, a lot of high-end, a lot of high-end stereo companies will make pine bodies to put, you know, gear on. And like I said, I'm using a solid. Listen to that great tone. Here's both pickups. Boy, it's got that spank. It's a great guitar, man. I usually sell these for around $375, somewhere in there. But I mean, this one's got the super rare, really more like a custom shop neck. It kind of looks like maybe somebody made a little mistake and grabbed a neck from maybe the pile that's supposed to go with the custom shop Fender stuff and threw it, you know, put it in the pile where it goes for the classic vibe. So man, somebody's hitting a home run on this guitar. But I wouldn't worry about, you know, 70, 80, 90, 100 bucks either way, because you're getting a huge value here. This guitar is off the hook, and it does. You can like I said, I haven't played much yet today. But see, you can get such a beautiful jazz sound out of this. Let's do cycle 1 from the guitar ladder system. For samples, send me an email, polkzoo@gmail.com. But yeah, this is really a lot of guitar. I always know a great guitar too, because I like playing the bridge pickup as much as... Boy, that bridge pickup is just stronger than heck, man. It sounds so good. Really has a sound, man. I love this guitar. I really do. Somebody's going to be... So like I said, you know, if you're watching this or looking at my pictures, watching the video, if you feel attracted to this guitar, buy it while it's around, because it's worth every dime. It just really has a sound. And like I said, you just don't see that. You just don't see this ever. I've never seen a classic vibe like this. I've seen necks like this, like on custom shop guitars for $3,000 or 2,800 or 3,400, whatever. But you just don't see this. So this is really a rare, probably one of the best, if not the best, classic vibe ever made, in my opinion. I've had friends play this guitar who have teles they spent like 2,500 or $3,000 for, and they got depressed after they played this guitar. I told them not to even try it, but they're like, no, I want to try it, man. But yeah, it has everything, man, it looks really clean. I don't see any dings. There might be one. I haven't found one yet. It looks like real close to mint to me. Maybe you could clean some of the hardware, but this guitar was barely played, folks. Listen how clear that is. It just sounds outrageous. Like I said, I have a cut on one of my fingers, so I have to be a little careful, but yeah, it just sounds. And like I said, let me turn it up. I barely have this amp up. I mean, just barely, and it's a solid state amp. I paid $150 for it, but a little more volume, so you can hear that clarity. I tell you, a good Telecaster is one of the best jazz guitars you can ever buy. Just ask Ted Green. Ted Green used to play the hell out of his Telecasters. But yeah, even the back pickup is strong. This guitar sounds good for everything. Probably gonna get distorted if I do this. But yeah, this is a great guitar. I mean, you can hear that. It just has that singy quality. And like I said, I'm just using an old solid state amp on this, so nice box, man. And the two pickup sound, I don't usually like the two pickup sound that much, although I've talked to some people that say it's the best tele sound, but I really like it on this guitar. It's got that kind of pop, that kind of spank, kind of a buttery spank. This is an outrageous guitar, man. It really is. A little contrae motion. Like I said, I have a cut on my finger, so I have to be a little careful. You could use a great guitar, folks. You'd like to get a guitar that sounds like something you could pay, $2-3 for, but you get it for $499. This is the way to go. Like I said, I wouldn't sweat, $100 either way. I mean, this guitar is outrageous, and like I said, I look at ads every day. I've been in the guitar business for over 30 years. I've invented a couple products marketed by Dunlap Guitar Accessory Company, the Speed Pick and the Zookies. You can go to Vintage Guitar. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to give you guys some credibility here. You can go to vintageguitar.com, put in Steve Zook, Stevezook. Read the review of my original CD by Mr. Steven Stone, who writes for Spin Magazine, Audiophile, Vintage Guitar. He's a guitar collector and engineer, really smart guy, a really cool guy, really sharp guy. He even mentions in the review of my CD he's bought guitars from me. Folks, I know what I'm doing, okay? And buying a great guitar and getting a great value isn't always about just getting the lowest price. You can actually screw yourself that way. Sure, we all like to get a deal once in a while, and we all get lucky once in a while, but I mean, bottom line, people don't give stuff away. I make very little on this stuff. I just love trying the different guitars, and I'm just trying to cover a little gas. And like I said, I may add a Mexican lunch, This guitar is outrageous. Like I said, it's got such beautiful figure on the fretboard, and when you play the guitar, you kind of look down, you see those stripes kind of staring at you from the figured flame maple. It's just gorgeous, and it's got really, really nice, flame maple on the back of the neck as well, all over the place. And this guitar is unbelievable, it really is. What a sound! Just clear as a bell, man. That's an augmented riff. So I'm going to stop right there. If you like this guitar, and I keep wanting to go back to that middle pickup. I just love that spank. And then, like I said, the back pickup is very... And then you can go in the middle. This guitar is unbelievable, man. I hope somebody who's cool gets this. Like I said, I have a little cut. So I'm going to stop right there. Classic Vibe. Seriously, folks, probably the nicest one in the world. I don't. You won't see one like this for years. So, like I said, I wouldn't worry about spending, maybe another $80-90 beyond what you might be able to get another one for. I deal in guitars that are rare. I deal in guitars that have that extra mojo. It's not bullshit. I really know what I'm doing, folks. So, like, I'll pay more for a guitar and make less when I sell it, because it's really more about just trying different stuff. I have a studio. I like to use it in my studio. But this is probably the nicest classic Vibe I've ever had. I've sold quite a few of these, and this is no doubt the nicest one I've had. And the pickup sounds stronger in this one too. So I don't know if this was somebody's little pet project. They decided to really primo this one out or something. But man, it's unbelievable, man. And the neck is just gorgeous. You just, like I said, when you play it, you just stare down. You see all this flame maple kind of staring back at you, and it just looks cool. And I believe it adds to the sound. Necks add to the sound. It really does. A good neck will add to the sound of a guitar. And then the solid pine body gives you that resonance. You got the flame maple on the back of the neck. I even see some flame maple on the headstock. Just a gorgeous guitar. It's probably going to go pretty quick, folks. If you like it, I'd grab it. Like I said, you will not be disappointed. You will be blown away with how much guitar you're getting for the money. You really will. But like I said, anyway, I probably said enough. I can't put this guitar down. It just sounds so sweet. And like I said, these are pretty old strings too, and they still have that much. And like I said, that both pickup position. Just sounds, and then the back pickup. It just sounds. It's such a nice guitar. All right, folks. If you like this guitar, buy it. You'll love it. Take care.